morning everyone, Danny Nevill from Universal Web Design. So this morning I'd like to speak to you about search engine optimization and how Google rankings can really help a business. So you may have seen natural listings on Google before, and obviously being the major search engine within the UK is a great place to help you generate more leads and inquiries for your business. So let's start from the basics. Lots of people presume that the homepage of a website is your most important page, or the page that should rank across various keywords and search terms. Firstly, that's not the case, and secondly, that would be almost impossible to achieve. So the most important thing when you come to SEO is having a keyword plan and a structure. So how should this look? So you've got a variety of different keywords in terms of short tail, medium and long tail. What is this? So a keyword is not necessarily a single word, it's actually a string of words. So it could be, for example, web design company in Colchester would be one keyword or search term we're trying to rank for. The best way to rank for such keywords is to firstly, obviously, as I said, have a map of keywords beyond it. So you typically have a structure of, say, web design as your trophy keyword. Then you have web design company at the second middle pillar. And then on the third tier, you'd have web design company in a certain location. That then gives you a tier structure to that trophy term, or whatever that trophy term may be for your business. The reason that's very important is because you've then basically created a structure and a pillar and foundations for the trophy term that you're trying to reach for, but it also gives you very relevant, localized, high quality traffic to the business as well. There is always a combat between quality over quantity, so you could have tons of traffic to a website of no relevance to your business, and obviously that's not of importance to people. So for example, most of us here sell to UK businesses, or UK people at least. And if you're getting inquiries from, say, India, USA, Canada, it may not actually be of relevance or benefit to our business with all that traffic flooding in. So that's where localization does come in, or when longer tail keywords become much more important to rank for because you get the quality that you really, really want. The benefit of having a quality over quantity SEO structure is that it costs a lot less to rank for such keywords because everyone's going for those trophy big terms, and particularly the biggest players in any of our industries, because they typically are national or international businesses who we'll be competing against. But the great thing with localized or very specific search terms is there's a lot less competition because the traffic volume is a lot lower. So that gives us opportunity to really pick up high quality but lower volume inquiries through SEO. So search engine optimization is not a 7-day pull the rabbit out of the hat magic trick. It is a marathon. So if, for example, you want to pursue SEO, think of it as a longer stretch investment of time if you do it yourself, or money if you're going to invest into an agency or specialist to do it for you. So what is it worth? Well, any form of marketing, you should always be assessing how much are your customers worth. And it's actually very easy to analyze this. So if, for example, you don't know how much necessarily an average customer is worth, you could look at your annual turnover and divide that by how many customers you've had during the year and multiply that by how often they buy from you. So that's one strategy. Another could be you generally know they spend X amount a month for X number of years. So let's pick on, say, an accountant. Let's say their average transaction value is £2,000 a client, and the average customer's with them for 10 years. That means there's a £20,000 valuation on every customer's head. When it comes to marketing and advertising, it now becomes very easy to have that exchange of transaction to then know whether you're making a profit or loss from your marketing and advertising. A very simple mathematics would be, as an example, how much would you pay for another £20,000 customer? So would you pay £200, £500, £1,000? Once you know those sorts of numbers, you now realise why all medium and large businesses spend on marketing and advertising. And if you look at their expenditure, obviously Lee being the accountant in the room, you'll see those businesses spend more on marketing and advertising every year. The reason they do that is because they make their capital work for them more each and every year. So that's the basis of any marketing and advertising spend, is knowing how much your customer is worth on average. Because then it makes it very easy to see that return on investment. So now if we look at SEO, you need to really think about tracking. So we use a tool called SE ranking, and it's a platform that will cost any client of ours nothing to have in part of their package. And the benefit of that is it tracks the actual keywords based on a general crawl of the internet. Whereas when you use your own device regularly, mobile phone, tablet, etc., you're logged into devices, you've got a MAC ID to every device, you've got IPs that you regularly use, and Google will start favouring sites you regularly visit. Being your own website, yours will show more regularly, quite easily. So you might be alluded to believe that you rank really highly for a certain keyword you really want to rank for, but you probably don't. So seeing that report, and it's a free report we do for every business, we can offer that to anyone you know, all your businesses, and it's worth £85 to have that report done, but free of charge we can provide it, and that'll show you where your website actually ranks for those keywords. Once you know the facts and stats, you can then make a calculated decision. Right, okay, I thought I ranked, say, 5th for such and such in such and such location, but actually I ranked 20th. So it is a bit like a leaderboard. First place does receive the most traffic, second, third, fourth, etc., and applies. So when you have SEO, one of the biggest things to have is dedicated landing pages for every search term. Google ranks every web page of a website, so it's important to have very specific pages for those inquiries or keywords that you're trying to rank for, because the relevance of that page will be much higher than your home page. So for example, if you had a home page which is your brand, that page is going to be most relevant to the search term that matches your brand, not necessarily what you're actually trying to rank for in terms of search traffic from a general inquiry. So every type of inquiry you want to have needs a web page built for it. That's the ideal basis point. Upon that, you've got things like link building. You've got internal links, which help people get around the site. You've got external links, which is other web pages, blogs, and so forth, pointing to your site, which builds trust. A bit like we have here today, links are that vote of confidence and trust. If you're looking for an accountant in such a location, we'll point to Lee's website, for example. So that's how link building works. And as you can imagine, all these things take time to do. When it comes to link building, you've got things called anchor text, which is the clickable text, usually blue. That is the terminology Google is matching to the search inquiry to that website pointing. So let's just say I had an article on my website that says, if you're looking for anchor text, best, say, accountant in Colchester, for example, and I pointed that to Lee's website. Google's then going to see if you're looking for an accountant in Colchester, this website here is recommending Protex Accounting. And the more recommendations you have around the network, the better. It's best to avoid spamming or bots or automation of this process. You want to have a natural flow, and you really want websites that aren't outbound linking all over the place. Hence, more work again. There's many factors within a website that could be improved. So again, with our website audit side of what we can do with SEO, we can offer anyone you know a free website audit. This will show minor, major issues within the site, and then you can see what needs fixing. You can then pass it to your existing web designer, do it yourself, or maybe an opportunity for us to help. So that website audit is a great way for you to refer us into contacts. You've got the keyword ranking check, and you've got the website audit check, both free reports we can provide. Once they're provided, the company can then understand, right, my keyword rankings are all actually maybe lower or higher than I thought, and my website is not actually built as well as I realised. And that's a great way to start a conversation. And then conversations tend to either lead somewhere or maybe not. But every conversation is an opportunity. So that's really what we'd like to have, is businesses or businesses you know who would like to get more inquiries through Google. In terms of our ideal referral, it would be a business that's looking to grow. So someone who wants to rank in multiple locations for multiple services would be our ideal client. So how much does SEO cost? So we offer SEO from the smallest package of £70 a month, and that gives you 7 keywords. The structure works exactly the same as you go up. So you can have 10,000 keywords, for example, as our biggest package. So it's £10 per month per keyword, and essentially we want to make sure SEO is sustainable. As I said, this isn't a sprint, so it's not about can you afford it in month 1, it's about can you afford it in 2 years' time as well, because you'll be going up the rankings. If you do a Google search for any keyword you want to rank for, just below the search box, it'll show you how many web pages are potentially ranking for that keyword. and often it'd be 800,000, a million, 3 million. So when people say, oh, I'm ranking 7th, I'm not happy with that. Well, you're ranking 7th out of 3 million. So it's quite an achievement to be in that position. So that's a great way for us to obviously take on accounts. There is also a discount opportunity. So the more businesses commit to us, the more we commit to them, and you can get up to 25% off your package by committing to a 5-year contract. So if we now become your marketing partner on a longer term basis and become your marketing department, you then can achieve 25% off every month of your package as well.